Hello everybody. I know it's been a while since I've made a video, but with all this crazy virus stuff, I've been really bored and decided I should show you the course that I learned how to play disc golf on. It's not official, and the baskets, quote unquote, are trees with flagging tape. You have to hit in between the two bands for your putt to count, and the tee pads are marked out with sticks. Today it was really icy and I had to break out the tee pads. We were really worried about our footing. This first hole is only 190 feet, very straight, throwing a champion rhino because I want it to kind of die down. If you're paying attention to the hole flyover, deep and left kind of falls down this hill and you don't want to be there. I managed just to take that long putt and move on to the next hole. Hole 2, I forgot to do the drone footage. It's very short again, but it's grown up a lot since we first played it and can be pretty tight. There's a fallen tree you just saw me hit, which is a good miss because it'll stop you. Hole 3 is 337 feet, even though it starts to feel a lot farther because of the low ceiling and tight corridor. This is an old road because this property was actually an old ranch that was reclaimed for park space. Here you just want to land in the fairway. If you land left or right or get kicked off, you're in jail and you'll likely have to pitch out to the road. You can see here around the tree it opens out a lot more, so if you can pipe the gap with something stable and fade out, you'll still be pretty safe. Here, I've decided to throw an FD on a hyzer flip, and I just totally yanked it off to the right. Second shot with the P2 from about 275, and landed right at the base of the tree. Next hole is a short one, 174 feet. This tree you're seeing on the right with the scraggly limbs is very likely to knock your disc down. That's the bad miss here. Otherwise, it's fairly straightforward. Just throw something that will get there and sit down. Even if you do have a bit of a skip, as long as you aren't behind one of these trees, as you'll see, this green is fairly open and comfortable to putt from. I'm throwing Champion Rhino again, just trying to stay away from that tree. Left it a little low from what I wanted, but actually ended up right close. The next hole is a super hard dogleg left. You want to make it through the gap that Caitlin's currently walking through now, or you'll be way too short and you'll struggle to get around the corner. But the worst miss is to saw it off hard left and land in those trees. That's the thickest rough I've ever seen, and if you're in deep enough, there's no way out whatsoever. No skip shot, no tomahawk, no thumber, no nothing. The only other miss you could have is to pull something too straight and fall over the hill to the backside. I'm throwing a one-time champion Macbeth Rock 3 here, left it high. Felt really good about it. I got nervous for a second when you see the wind kind of play with it there, but I landed pretty good. And this putt, just left a little low, kind of disappointing, but tapped up. Hole 6 is just a big downhill bomb. It's about 440 feet, and it's really pretty to watch fly because of the tight corridor. If you get to the end and bail out left, you're still safe. If you end up kicking short, you're in jail, and it's not great. This is a really great hole that we loved playing as kids because it's the first time you could really throw a disc far. You got the advantage of the big downhill. I would love this hole on any disc golf course anywhere. I think it's a AAA hole, super, super fun to play. I'm going to try and get revenge on my FD from the yank I had last time here. And I made the opposite mistake. Just left it too flat. Again, I want the hyzer flip that's going to carry straight so I don't go, and I got it turning on me to the right, and it's not a great spot to be. Definitely trying to get cute here and hit this gap with like a forehand flip up swan to fade out. Should have just took my medicine. And I hit that tree on my backswing, and it just, yeah, didn't make me the happiest guy ever. I'm gonna try that again with the Rhino, come around this clump of trees. Left it high and was really scared. I made another mistake, but I got lucky and got through. Tap out and move on. Our next hole, hole 7, it's about 320 feet, and it's best navigated by a high hyzer with a driver. You want to get around what we called the Christmas tree, which is this tree on the left side here. Yeah, something that's going to go about 350 feet worth of power, but high enough to stall out and get left around this tree is the best shot. As you see here, the tree's very heavily protected on all sides, so you do want to leave it high to spike in. Any skip will send you into the rough, and it's no good from there. After my last drive, I really wanted this one, and, well, I got it. And while let my talking do the talking, I straightened it out so hard, yanked it, and I threw about 100 feet long, a 320-foot hole. I UDISC'd this out to about 440, and it hit a tree to stop. Might have been my longest drive I've had all month. Draco upshot from the gully, just trying to flex it, keep it low. And then you can see the wind messing with my putt here, and I just hit, 3 inches too high. Caitlin laughing in the background at me and tap out. Hole 8 is another absolutely beautiful hole to shoot. So naturally I didn't show you in the mountains on the way down. I will show you once we get to the target. This one's kind of interesting because it's an old piece of sheet metal that's been out here for 20 years that people hit with sticks in it to stand up. Yeah, super picturesque. You can see the mountains there. Amazing piece of property. I really wish we could get a permanent disc golf course in a place like this. What wasn't beautiful was the amount of wind we had here. I know it was windy on a couple putts, but it wasn't affecting us so much. Here in the open, it was some of the craziest wind for disc golf I've ever played in. Definitely not for some of the people that live in the Midwest or anything like that, but for us this was a big deal wind, and it definitely took discing up. Caitlin threw a couple, and they got elevated really hard. I usually throw something like a rock here and decided to go with the Draco again. And you can see it just gets pushed up, and then what I thought was a headwind ended up being like a head slash right to left crosswind, and it got pushed way off left. Just throwing a gator upshot because I don't want to mess with the wind again, and tapping out and moving to the next hole. Last hole, gator over the top, no drone footage because we found that the last hole wasn't taped with flagging stuff anymore, and we needed to repair the course. Let me know what you guys thought, and if you want to see more, thanks for watching.